Disposable nappies contribute 450,000 tonnes to landfill in Australia each year, with over 2 billion nappies used. My research considered the impact of the contaminants of human feces and chemicals within a disposable nappy, focusing on the impact on groundwater. When pollutants leach into the groundwater, they make their way through the interconnected ecosystems, and it is this environmental impact which was my focus. My investigation involved online research using Google search, limiting results using Boolean search method, since the environmental impact of disposable nappies is a highly discussed topic. Sources from environmental organisations with the .org.au domain were used primarily to identify scientific research and led to further sources, acknowledging their biased viewpoint. Sites from scientific and government sources were given preference as more credible. A challenge was finding non-biased websites, as there was a prevalence of emotive websites lacking statistical evidence. This limitation was overcome by increasing utilisation of peer-reviewed research located using Google Scholar. The pollution from the decomposing solid waste within landfills is transferred via water flow, either from rainfall or groundwater under and around the site, into a liquid known as leachate, which then potentially runs through the soil and mixes through the groundwater. Leachate from older landfills in particular frequently contaminates groundwater due to the inadequate lining of the landfill. Feces in nappies enter the landfill without treatment, and Seaman and Fiocco reported that leachate from landfills contained a large number of bacteria and parasites. These survive in the groundwater and can cause a range of diseases which affect animals that live within the contaminated water and those that come to drink it. The effects then spread to other animals via contact and via the food chain. The presence of bacteria and nutrients from human waste in the water can also lead to proliferation of toxic algae, which can poison aquatic organisms including fish, seabirds and mammals. Once poisoning occurs at this level, it progresses up the food chain through ingestion. Poisoning may eliminate a food source and hence impact species reliant upon that source. So what impact do the chemicals from the nappies have? Polyacrylate, the chemical in the superabsorbent gel used, is generally considered a non-toxic chemical. However, as it is an absorbing, clumping material, it can cause clogging of the natural water pathways. Polyacrylate has been found to be largely contained within a properly constructed landfill, especially when it is properly contained within the nappy pad. However, in older landfills, or with improper disposal, significant leaching will occur. Dioxins, chlorine byproducts, are a persistent environmental pollutant. They are considered highly toxic and carcinogenic and affects the immune system and hormonal systems of animals and humans. Dioxins have not generally been found to leach in high concentrations. Contamination of landfills by fecal matter can be avoided firstly by the correct disposal of feces, which is for it to be emptied from the nappy and flushed down the toilet. If the waste is being disposed of in the garbage system, contamination can be minimised by properly containing the fecal matter and the chemicals within the nappy pad by properly wrapping the nappy in itself. Properly prepared landfills are able to contain the contaminants and prevent leaching by being lined with an impermeable layer. The pollution caused by fecal matter and chemicals in nappies in landfill is in some circumstances transmitted into the groundwater. The impacts are the poisoning of plants and animals, which affects the entire ecosystem and in turn impacts interconnected ecosystems. Other solutions that could be investigated are reducing the amount of nappies ending up in landfill by encouraging use of alternative nappies, developing a recyclable nappy option, or a treatment option to contain pollutants within the nappy. It fits with the Year 3 and Year 4 Australian curriculum. It addresses creating a formal report with explanations and arguments used to communicate ideas. A biological sciences discussing how living things depend on each other and the environment, and how the impacts of the waste can disrupt the interconnected ecosystems. This also meets the cross-curriculum priority of sustainability, organising ideas 2 and 8.